Thank you, everybody. I just want to say to Hollywood Hamilton, who's a guy used to hitting the beat, that he was talking all over the vocals. I don't feel like that's cool. Deciding between hiring us and Arsenio Hall or Jay Leno is a terrible business plan. Do not do it. That was bad planning. There were a lot of people that probably should have fired us along the way, but I would like to recall just the first day and then the end of our career. The first day we walked up, having not done it, we found a USA Today newspaper. They used to put out newspapers, look it up. And there was an entertainment section. I remember Bean and I looking at it going, what do we do? I don't know, let's try to talk about this. And we sort of learned on the job. And we started getting letters about a week later because like Andy said, it was before the internet. So people had to take out a piece of paper and a pen and write down, "You are ruining KROQ," and put a stamp on it and then hand it to the Pony Express, and then they would bring us the letter. And we got all these letters. We're like, we're ruining the station we love. This is terrible. What do we do? We don't want to ruin it. But we just stuck with it and stuck with it and stuck with it. And a lot of people along the way have, of course, been our support staff. Our current support staff, of course, is Dave, the King of Mexico Sanchez, Christine, Omar, Beer Mug. We have so many people that have helped us along the way. We had Jimmy Kimmel, we had Adam Carolla, we had Ralph Garman, we had Lisa May. Most everybody that could get off of the Kevin and Bean show did as soon as they possibly could. We used to be owned by a company named CBS, and they openly said, we don't care about radio. And we were like, okay, well, this is not cool. And then about a little bit over a year ago, we got bought by Entercom. And Entercom is all about radio, and that's all they care about. And to us, that was a new beginning. It was just fantastic. So we want to thank them. We want to thank Kevin Weatherly and Jeff Fetterman and everybody from Entercom that has supported us. Going forward, Jensen Karp is going to be my partner along with Allie McKay. I have ultimate faith in them. But I would like to bring up the final breakfast that I had with Bean and Green Day. We finished doing a breakfast with Green Day. I got in my car. I was sitting in Hollywood Boulevard at a stop sign. And I saw a bunch of people walking by, wide-eyed, and they were looking at the buildings. And I just thought, why am I sort of on the inside of this whole thing looking out? How am I able to meet Green Day when all of these people are just looking at the outside of buildings? And it's not fake humility when I say, I don't think I belong here. The answer that came to my mind immediately of, why did I just come from a breakfast with Green Day and these people are just looking at the outside of facades, is because Bean chose me as his partner. I never for a second, yes. I never for a second dreamed or thought that I would be here, and I wouldn't be if Bean didn't choose me as his partner. If Bean would have been here regardless with whoever he picked. So I consider myself extremely lucky, and I'm extremely grateful to everybody that helped us get here, everybody that held us up, and especially to my partner Bean, who would be here with whoever his partner was, and I was very fortunate that it was me. So thank you.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Also, I kept it short.
Yeah, you did. You left me a minute. That's what he said is ridiculous, and he's wrong about a lot of things, and he's wrong about that. You know, we talked about this yesterday on our last show together before I move on to London, and I said, you know what? I could have been on the radio with any number of people, and there wouldn't have been magic. You know what I mean? It's just chemistry that Kevin and I had from the first day we met in 1987 in Phoenix, Arizona, is when we turned on a mic and stood in front of it and started cracking each other up. I didn't choose him, he didn't choose me, the universe put us together, and we're just so darn lucky that happened, and it has been a thrill. The last time we were in a situation like this was a few years ago. We were inducted into the National Association of Broadcasting's Broadcasting Hall of Fame. And I was still working for KROQ then, so I really had to temper my remarks. But now, I can burn this place down now. I'm unemployed. I mean, what are you gonna do, fire me, right? Having both of the program directors that we worked with over the years at KROQ here tonight is a special thrill. Andy Schoen, the man that hired us, Kevin Weatherly at the table over here, who's been our program director for about 28 years at KROQ. One of them is an outstanding program director. I just would like to say that. And a great guy. People have been asking me so much in the weeks leading up to this, the last show yesterday, how can you leave the greatest job in radio at one of the greatest radio stations of all time and one of the greatest radio markets of all time? And it is a very fair question. And it really did boil down to quality of life. It boiled down to, I'm going to be 60 next week. I've been doing this show for exactly half my life. And none of us know how many years we have left. And my wife and I have been talking for a long time about living in Europe and experiencing a different life with a different leader. And we're going to, I'm not gonna lie, that was part of it. So I do want to close, in addition to thanking Craig and thanking the Radio Hall of Fame and the wonderful fellow inductees that I'm so excited to be inducted with, including our friend John Tesh. And I met Ryan Seacrest tonight, you guys. I shook the hand that once high-fived a blind guy on American Idol. I mean, talk about a thrill. People that I've been a fan of and listened to, like Jim Rome for so long, radio legends like Mr. Madison and Mr. Harrison. There's no question we do not belong in this company. And it's very bittersweet for me to be leaving after all this time. But I started to talk about the reason I'm leaving is because I'm married to my wife, Donna, for almost all of the 30 years, 28 and a half we've been married. And, you know, she's had to go to bed 3 hours after me all this time, which is why we don't have any children, by the way, in case you wondered. But the fact that we're going to get to spend so much time together without me having to work all the time to put our little dog and pony show on is going to make the next few years really, really worth it. And I'm so grateful to be here tonight. And I love radio and have since I was a little kid. And this man right here has made all of my dreams come true. Let's hear it again for Kevin. And thank you so much to the Hall of Fame. Thank you.